Hi guys, my name is Alan and this is Real Investing. Tonight I'm again going to be talking about ChemFarm, ticker symbol KMPH. We've been expecting a $48 million payment from Gurnett Point Capital. As I discussed in my previous videos, this was a milestone payment due upon the approval of a stars with the 3013 label. And there was some agreement as to the amount with or without the 3013 label that we weren't privy to. But we knew that the full amount would be 48 million. So what happened was on Thursday after hours, there was a press release, and they announced that they had changed the terms of the deal. So some people's reaction to this was immediately that it was terrible and that we didn't have the label we wanted, and that ChemFarm was backed into a corner, or they used it as a smokescreen to hide the fact that they weren't willing to pay out the 48 million. But if you really look at the deal, it has the potential to be highly lucrative for ChemFarm, and it could lead to a greater appreciation in the value of the shares over the next couple years and even in the long term. So the near term stuff is that ChemFarm gets $10 million, I believe next week sometime. And then they get $10 million when the drug is scheduled. So since it's a controlled substance, it will most likely be Schedule 2, since it contains the immediate release component. And so that's it for like the upfront milestone payments initially, before the actual rollout. And then they added 3 additional sales tiers on the lower end. So basically, ChemFarm will be earning milestones earlier than they would. So it will give kind of a boost to those early sales, which I think will be really good for the price of the shares during that initial launch period and in the first year or so. We don't know exactly when we're going to hit those milestones or where they're at, but given that they're lower, there was a question in the conference call by the Roth analyst, and he was asking whether those 3 payments were lower than the initial lowest tier, and they are. So if that initial lowest tier was reasonable, then these should be easily attainable. And then in addition to that, there's a new highest tier milestone payment and a new highest tier royalty. So we know that the original highest tier royalty was in the mid-20s, and then there's another tier above that I think is also somewhere in the mid-20s. So we don't know those exact numbers, but more royalties will certainly be good for shareholders and good for the company in the long term. So, and in addition to that, they gave ChemFarm back the right of first refusal for KP922, which is the amphetamine prodrug that they're developing. So that could be really good because that has the potential to be a very lucrative asset, and it would be great for ChemFarm to have more capability to shop around and have kind of a bidding war over that. So I think overall, some people overreacted. I know I felt kind of nervous and, about the whole thing, because we were really, expecting that payment. But if you really break it down and look at things, then I think you'll see that it's really a good long-term decision. And you also have to consider that Chem Farm will be sitting on over 100 million in cash um, after these payments and after the warrants are exercised. So I really don't see a cash problem. I think it's just a good long-term decision, and I think I'll leave it at that. I know in the previous videos, the previous video, I said that I would do a video by request, basically. I think 2 people said they wanted ARDX. Um, Unfortunately, I sold my position in that stock, not because not because of anything like I thought that there was weakness or they weren't going to get approval. I just felt that I wanted to position my portfolio differently, and I saw some other opportunities. So yeah, but I will try. I will try to do some other content. Other companies. I've got some things that I'm pretty excited about. So um, I started a position in ATNF, and that's done pretty well so far. We'll see where it goes from here. I think it's could be a good short-term play and also a good long-term play, but we'll just have to see how it works out. I'll definitely be doing a video on that at some point. So thanks for watching. I wish you all a great week in the market, and take care.